Welcome back. Today with me I have Dr. David Ahn, who's he's the program director at the Mary and Dick Allen Diabetes Center at Hoag, and we are going to talk about a brand new technology.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being with us. I was so excited when I saw this, and we were talking earlier about how technology is different for everyone using your smartphone. So tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I'm a big believer in technology and the potential it has to transform healthcare. And I'm really glad that you found out about this study that we're doing and this product that's on the market now. Mm-hmm. We're doing a research study right now with called the Cupid study. We're working with something called a Bluetooth-enabled smart pen. Mm-hmm. And basically it helps people that are taking multiple daily injections of insulin better dose their insulin and more safely dose their insulin.
Okay, so now you brought the pen with you, and tell me about this device.
Yeah, so it's a reusable insulin housing device. So it uses insulin cartridges that would go in this container.
Okay.
And
here, let me just take that off again.
Yeah, no problem.
So this is where the insulin is, and did you say it's replaceable?
It's reusable. So
reusable.
Most people right now are using disposable insulin cartridges. So our disposable insulin pens. So after every use, they kind of throw it away.
Okay.
So this is a little bit more eco-friendly if that's your deal.
Okay.
And so you can use reusable cartridges that would load in here, and then you put it in and snap it tight, and then functionally, it works very similar to a standard traditional insulin pen.
Okay.
But it pairs with an app on your phone that allows for a lot of cool smart features.
Okay, all right, well good. Well, I know you've sent over some videos, so maybe we should look at that first, and maybe that'll give people an idea of how to use it.
Yeah, and I can try to talk my way through it and explain what's going on.
Okay, good. So go ahead and just go ahead and get started first.
So in this example, say it's time for you to take a mealtime insulin injection.
Okay.
And typically people will take maybe the same dose of insulin all the time.
Okay.
So in this situation, you can type in your blood sugar on the left and the carbohydrates that you're about to consume on the right. And as you saw on that screen, it suggested a dose of 13 units.
Okay.
So one of the cool things about the pen is it automatically captures the time and dose of all the insulin that you're taking.
Okay.
So now you would be taking your pen and you'd be dialing the right dose. So you'd be dialing it first to 2 units because we ask our patients to do a priming dose.
Okay.
To make sure that the insulin pen's working, and that's just squirted into the air.
Okay.
And then they would switch to a 13 unit dose next. And that was the dose that was recommended. So then immediately after they inject that 13 unit dose, it would be captured on the phone, and you wouldn't have to type in anything. The 13 units just pops up.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so what we're seeing on the screen is what you just mentioned.
Yeah, so right at that point, you would see the 13 units being stored on the phone.
Okay, and so what kind of information would that tell them in the long run?
Yeah, so the benefit there is that it allows your providers or family members that might be concerned about you to know how you're dosing your insulin. Because right now, when people dose insulin off pens, it's really a black box, right? Nobody knows whether you're taking it, nobody knows how much you're taking, how you got to that number that you're taking. So by having a detailed record, it really helps your doctor's visits because the doctor can say, oh, for this dose, for this meal, you actually missed your lunchtime dose. And that's why your blood sugar went high. And the solution to that problem is going to be very different than if they did everything right and took their dose. The solution to that problem is going to be different, right? Because one is just take your dose, and the other one is, we have to change how much you're taking.
So with this information, is it so the doctor it's shared with the doctor? So when on their next visit they can discuss it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and one of the exciting things is as part of the study, because these tools, 2 of the visits are actually over the phone if you're using the features. Because once you have the ability to capture this data and share this data, it might allow for more cool technology like video visits or telephone encounters and things like that.
Okay, and how long has this technology been on the market?
So it's been on the market now for about 18 months. Oh. So it has been FDA approved. However, it's a new product category and people are still learning about it. Insurances are still trying to figure it out. And so this is a small startup in San Diego that manufactures this device.
Okay.
Most people in the field feel that connected insulin pens are kind of the future and the next wave of what's really going to go mainstream.
Okay.
But they're still kind of making their way around the country.
So when you have this study, first of all, how do people get involved with the study?
Yeah, the best way to get involved in the study would be to call the Diabetes Center. Our number is 949-764-8065.
Okay.
And they can direct you to the right people.
Okay.
Or visit our website. It's one of the main banner icons on our website.
All right.
And then we can give you a call back and tell you about the study, do a little bit of a pre-screen to make sure you're eligible, and then schedule your first appointment.
All right, and then what would they have to do? Would they have to download the software onto their smartphone and then just use the pen over a period of time?
Exactly. So it's starting off as about a 3-month study, and there's several visits spaced out throughout those 3 months. We would provide the device free of charge. We'd help you get set up, give you all the instructions, help you set it up on your phone, and then we'd ask that you use the device to dose your insulin for the next 3 months.
Is there anyone that wouldn't qualify?
Really, as long as you're taking multiple shots of insulin a day, a long-acting insulin and a short-acting insulin, and as long as you're somewhat comfortable with a smartphone, you don't have to be a guru.
Okay.
But as long as you have a smartphone and are willing to try to use it, we're happy to enroll you in the study.
Do you think there's any like crossover fears that you can help dispel, I suppose, because people are so used to using the old technology, so when you cross over, it's kind of scary, like, oh, what if it doesn't work?
Right, and I think that's one of the things that I like about the device is that even if you don't have the smartphone, so say for example you left your smartphone at home or you just someone happened to give you this, you can actually do everything that you normally would with a disposable pen, and you wouldn't notice the difference. So it's not like it's dependent on your smartphone being nearby. The smartphone just adds some extra features.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then let's talk about something that you and I were talking about before the interview, is how you've noticed people, under the ages of 55 to possibly 75, are really using their smartphones.
Yeah, so I'm really passionate about smartphone apps and health technology, and a common misconception I hear is that people say, this must be really great for your younger patients, and older patients aren't as tech savvy. That's kind of the assumption. But in my practice and in my experience, it's actually been quite the opposite, in that many of my patients above the age of 50 and 60 are the most engaged with using their phones to track their health. And so I've been really excited about using digital health tools in patients that are older than 50 and 60.
That's excellent. Well, it's really nice to know that there's something really cool and technological out there for those folks who need it.
Yeah, thanks for helping us spread the word.
You're welcome, and thank you for being with us.
Yeah.
And remember, if you want to be part of the Cupid study, you can always go to their website, and you would just have to type in the Hoag Diabetes Center, and I'm sure it will bring it up. We'll be right back. Thank you. I love it.